Welcome back to Brownlow Books. I have a review. And, well, this book is on the Canada Reads shortlist for 2024. I am not reviewing it as if I'm reviewing a Canada Reads book, but I did read it now because it's on Canada Reads. It was already on my shelf, so, I had intentions. But, yeah. It's the timing. It's not... I'm not reviewing it as if it's Canada Reads. That will come later. When I'm an asshole. I'm gonna be an asshole now. I read Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. Now, from what I understand, there has been contention about this book in the book talk community, but I am not in the book talk community because I find it to be a toxic cesspool. So... we are following Will and Fern in a then and a now. Now being now, and then being 10 years ago when they went on this amazing date that wasn't a date, and she and him and yeah. Yeah. I have thoughts. Thoughts being, come on, girl, he took you on the hipster white boy freshman OCAD of first dates and you became obsessed for 10 years? Bitch, have some self-respect. Damn. That was what I kept thinking every time we went back to their date 10 years ago, and I was just like, he took you to Graffiti Alley, the AGO, Sneaky D's, and then, hung out in your apartment during a thunderstorm with a blackout, and he, sketched you on the bed, and you became fucking obsessed. You're fucking shitting me, right? Yeah, I had thoughts. This entire time I was reading this book, I was just like, oh, we're going back to Toronto. I could not take it seriously. I wanted to, but I was just like, okay. So, going into the now, I'm going to give lots of spoilers here. Around page 174, we get 8 pages of a sex scene, which is the cringiest thing I have ever read in my fucking life. I'm not gonna deny that sex scene was just ugh. Really? It says that he sucks on her fingers and she's moaning while he does that, pushed up against a wooden door or whatever, and I'm just I don't yuck people's yums, okay? I try to avoid doing that, but it just so much falls back into the girl have some self-respect. And she ran at 2 a.m. to his cabin, so presumably across some kind of dirty path barefoot, because she said she was barefoot, some dirty path in Muskoka, and I had a cottage in Muskoka, it dirty, okay? There's pine needles everywhere, that's the kind of trees up there, it's, even, no matter how fucking clean you try to keep it, it's gonna be fucking dirty, okay? Okay. She ran across it barefoot, and then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna suck some of those toes, and you're just like, oh my god, don't. And thankfully he doesn't. But he does, tickle her foot, and I'm like, where are you putting that hand? Where the fuck are you about to put that hand? Okay? Fucking cringy as fuck. But, pressed up against a door, yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah. But, everything around it! And somehow in those 8 pages, we don't even get a euphemism for genitalia. I know it's a cleaner book, but it's 8 fucking pages of a sex scene, okay? So, how clean is it really? But yeah, it was so fucking cringe. And I try not to say things are cringy either, because, cringe is an imaginary thing of, social constructs that don't exist, okay? I felt it so fucking cringy. So fucking cringy. And to be entirely honest, a lot of people are okay. A lot of people in the reviews, and that I've talked to are and even the person who's defending it on Canada Reads said, I like it because they're so real. This is a real relationship. They're so honest and real people and true, and like you can see it being like people you actually know, and I'm like, I would not be friends with these people. Will is kind of cool, but also a jackass. And Fern is the blandest pick-me girl I have ever read in a fucking book, okay? Like, so annoyed just thinking about her. So annoyed just thinking about her, okay? Like, she has a boyfriend, but wants Will to be with her. She's jealous of his girlfriend. But she has a boyfriend herself, but isn't thinking about him at all. And I'm like... And then 10 years later, you're still fucking obsessed with this guy who, like, didn't show up on your, like, planned 1-year anniversary of that, like, amazing time to hold each other accountable to, like, your goals and shit. Which neither of you fucking did. Neither of you have reached any kind of goal that you set and planned. Like, it's been 10 years. I get it. Things change. Whatever. But yeah, such a bland pick-me girl. And it was very annoying. And I say this as someone who at some points in her life was definitely behaving like a pick-me girl, okay? I am not the same person I was in high school. I was a pick-me girl. Okay, so, I say that. I am also very annoyed at Fern. Because, yes, her mother died, and it was unexpected. And yes, she's expected to just suddenly run this resort up in Muskoka. But, like, her dream is Toronto. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Life is not what you expected it to be. I get that. I get that. Okay. Yeah. Half the book, she's undecided whether she's actually going to stay and run this resort or sell it. And as someone who would literally burn down cities and bulldoze mountains to get her family resort in Muskoka back, I did not like that. Yeah. I was not even at the resort when it was running as a resort. It was sold when I was like 9. The last piece of it was sold when I was 9. It stopped operating as a resort sometime in like the early 80s. You know, it was named after my dad and his brother, and people stopped going to resorts, especially ones on islands. Yeah. My family resort was half a fucking island. It might have been the whole island at some point. Anyways, when I knew it, it was down to one little cottage on this island and like a bunkie. Anyways, yeah, as someone who would fucking do some crazy ass shit to get that resort back and her not wanting hers at all, I felt things. And I'm sure it made me hate her more than I should have, but like... So, that leads into what I did like about the book. Muskoka vibes. Muskoka is my least favorite place to cottage, if I'm being honest, because assholes on lakes is just... Yeah. Give me bigger lakes. I want a Great Lake or a Georgian Bay, not some asshole 6 feet away from me on their jet ski. Okay? So, like, the cottage vibes, the Muskoka vibes, the Canada vibes, like, yes, all of that nice. Good summer shit going down. Oh my god, it's so hot that we don't even towel off after we get out of the water. Like, yeah. Summer in Muskoka. How did you not see a single fucking mosquito? Okay, yes. So, there were things I like about it, and neither of them were the people. I liked, what was his name, Peter? The pastry chef for the resort. I liked him. I was okay with, like, her friend. But Peter, yes, Peter. Love Peter. It's probably the only person in the book that I liked, even remotely a little bit. Like, I understand the appeal of Will when he's, like, being a hipster artist. Like, I get it. It's not for me, but I get it. But then he turns to this, like, finance bro, and you're like, what? So, yeah. People in this book are just not appealing to me at all. It's just... But as for the actual writing, I don't know how you were able to get so many chapters out of one fucking day in Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's not that interesting. How you lived there for 4 years and haven't gone to the AGO, I don't know how that's possible. It was very odd. The time in Toronto was very odd. I'll give that, okay? But yeah. As for writing, like I said, don't know how you got so much out of Toronto. But there were times where it felt like stilted. It was like there was a sentence here and I took it out, but I didn't change anything around it to make it flow better. That makes sense? So yeah. There was just times where it just felt awkward, not because of a sex scene, but awkward because you're like, wait, what just between these two things happened? It was like, yeah, take the sentence out and don't replace it, which is weird. You don't have to replace it, but change what's around it to make it flow better. Yeah, I felt, I was reading it and it would just like make me go like, I've hit something that felt weird and now I have to like take a moment to like get back into the flow of what we were doing. So yeah, it just felt a little awkward in places, both by writing and by plot. So yeah. And honestly, I was sitting with it for a while to see if I was disliking it because I felt it shouldn't be on Canada Reads or be a book talk sensation, or if I was just like hating on it for other reasons, or if I was like, do I actually like this? Like I said, summer vibes, cottage vibes, you know. Some of the vibes were good and some of them were not. Yeah, I noticed a lot of comments on Goodreads about cheating and how Carley Fortune maybe has a cheating kink. Now, I haven't read Every Summer After. It's over there somewhere. But, yeah, that caught me off guard, and I was like, there is, in fact, cheating in this book. Very much, yes. Kind of seems like everyone does it. Is this your kink? Is your kink, hun? I don't want to know if it is. Maybe I do. Okay, so, as I said, it made its rounds on Book Talk, and I don't know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, or maybe it was one of those things where it's both at once, which is why I don't listen to those people. Here, read this book. Have you read it? No. I got a whole video on that coming in the future. So, yeah, it wasn't for me. But it has about 176,000 ratings on Goodreads and averages out to 3.71 stars. Which is kind of mid-range. But everyone uses their stars differently, so who the hell even knows anymore? I didn't love it. It was fine. And and like I said, I've been thinking about it. Would I hate it as much if it was reading on my own and not because of Canada Reads? I think I still would have found it kind of cringe. It's a little cringe for me. You know? It's a little cringy and awkward, and I didn't love it. Did I like it? I like parts of it, you know? Overall, I'm gonna say it's not for me. Saying that you like it because it's a real example of a relationship just feels weird to me as well. Like, I don't quite know how to explain how the relationship did not feel like it was real to me. They're just both so unlikable. To me, I did not like either of them, and that makes it even harder to try to see them together, to see this, hey, this is a real nice relationship. And like the end, I'm gonna spoil some shit. Like I said, she's a pick-me girl. Yeah, Will literally disappears because his niece is in the hospital in Toronto, and so he rushes to that, and like Fern calls him, And, like, he's at the hospital and he's freaking out. And she's like, I love you, come back. And he's just like, bitch, what? And, like, hangs up. Like, don't talk to me anymore. And I'm like, do you really think that's your time to shoot your I love you shot on the phone when he's in the hospital worrying that his niece might die? Like, that's a prime example of pick me girl. So yeah, and then, like, she gets angry that he's not reciprocating, so she's just like, don't talk to me anymore. And he's like, okay, I won't talk to you anymore. But then his sister shows up and she's like, bitch, look, here's what's up. Actually, I think I might have liked the sister. Yeah, anyways, she's like, look, here's what up. You gotta go to him. And she's like, oh, I go to him. And he's just like a depressed blob in the bed. And I'm like, and then she, like, nurses him back to health, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I fucking cannot with these two. And, like, she still works with her ex at the resort. He's, like, the manager, and I'm just like, this is fucking insane. It's so real. I don't, no. I've been going on for 16 minutes, and this is a no for me. So we're just gonna wrap it up here. Should you read it? If cringy romances are your thing, go for it. You might enjoy it, but, like, for me, it's a no. I don't care for it. Yeah. I'll leave the Canada Reads analyzation to another time. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you around next time.